Hi, this is Tina from Life is a Walk. A few years ago, I found myself on a beach in Dorset. It was a beautiful sunny day and I was walking on some soft sand. This is a précis really of the story. The sand was very, very attractive to me. It was soft. I could sit on it. It was very, very sensual. It was warm. If I laid all my weight down into the sand, as my weight went down, the sand came up and the weightage almost balanced until I found myself almost covered with the sand. It was very nurturing, very supporting. It was beautiful. And so I walked for quite a few hours. I was surprised by some of the boulders and the spiky pieces underneath the sand. So I was aware that the beauty of the sand wasn't always as kind as it appeared to be. After I'd walked for quite some hours and my legs started to get really tired, I looked behind me and I was shocked at the distance that I'd gone. Almost nowhere. And it made me think. I'd sat there and thought, you know what? This feels exactly like the relationship that I'm in. You know, that bloke is so sensual, so warm, so supporting. He's got a few hard edges. But actually the nub of it is, you know what, I'm just not getting anywhere. So I made my way up the cliff path. And I went home and I got out a shoebox and I wrote his name on it and I put some things in it and I sellotaped it up and I wrote soft sand, not getting anywhere, stuck it in the cupboard and I left. That afternoon gave me so much clarity about a significant part of my life, and I am so very grateful for the awareness and the realization. It was incredible and it impacted my life. And I started to think about how else I could use it, how else I could look at other areas of my life. Because sometimes when you're trying to sort out, you know, what people have meant to you or things that have happened, you know, why have they you know, what's the significance? It's really difficult. It's that life becomes quite knotted. And I found that by making walks like this and using analogy, everything was simplified. Everything was distilled down to its essence. And it became quite easy for me to figure out, you know, what was that about? You know, what did that person really mean to me? What were they like? You know, is it like a walk in the park or a trek up a mountain? You know, I became so passionate about it and I started walking and really started to sort my life out from my own perception, and actually that's all that matters. More beauty came from the fact that whilst I was walking to sort out various aspects and important connections in my life, I started to synchronistically meet people on my walks who then became important people in my life. And I wrote a book. It was called The Art of Walking, is called The Art of Walking and the Importance of Sitting. And it's available from my website, www.lifeisawalk.com. And I'm so passionate about the importance of this model and what it can do for us in seeing our soul path and the way that it started to play out. I now run walks where we can get together and go on these type of walks and look at our own lives, look at your lives. I'm still looking at other aspects of my life, and I'm also starting to put together workshops and to understand as a work in progress how best I can help people to be able to follow this model to their own benefit. So these walks and workshops are anything from completely free to a small charge for the materials involved in some of the methods of putting the workshops together. They happen about once a month, and one can find out how they're happening through keeping in contact with me, quite simply, through my website, again, www.lifeisawalk.com. And I have a newsletter. Everything is posted on my newsletter once a month. And I have a Facebook page called The Art of Walking and the Importance of Sitting, where you can find out when the walks are happening and when the workshops are happening. So I'd love for anybody to join me. And in the meantime, happy walking. Namaste.